Hi, this is Abhinav, and I'd like to show you the Matterhorn AI agent in action. So this is the platform. It's a desktop app. As you open it, as you can see on the home screen here, it says Think It, Build It. Today we're going to build a simple game, decentralized application. We're going to try and build it on Ethereum. So as you can see on the left here, you can describe your dApp or import an existing dApp from GitHub or connect your wallet. Let's describe the dApp. We're going to build a simple coin. Let's call it Optimus coin or a Optimus Prime game. Um, the description would be a simple online fun game any user should be able to play. Users get tokens at reward based on the scores that they score on the game, and this should be open to all. What are we building? We're building Game 5 or token. Uh, we just call it a meme coin. I don't think it is a utility or governance. We build it on Ethereum. Like you see, we support multiple chains. We'll just call it Optimus Coin. We'll enter a certain symbol, a certain total supply. This is the standard details required to create any token on Ethereum or any EVM chain. We just enter the standard details. We go to next. We can customize the brand colors actually, so we can select specific colors that we'd like to assign for the brand. Let's keep it kind of grayish purple. Certain design style that we can add. Then we can create project. So once we create project, we will be able to then see the agent write the smart contracts, write the front end, the back end, and build the entire application in front of us. So as you can see, it's analyzing the requirements, creating requirements documents. On the left, you can see all the files getting created. In the center, you can see, the entire application being created. So this would take a couple of minutes, after which, quite amazingly, actually, you will see the agent write the entire application for you after you have just given a one sentence prompt. And I think this is quite amazing and quite unique in crypto, where we have basically removed the complications in crypto and allowed anybody to build a crypto app or a Web3 app. As you can see here, it gives you basic, as in based on Intel, based on its training, the agent's training, it gives you an overview of what should be built, or it writes an overview of what should be built, and accordingly, based on the specs that it has created, it starts building out that particular Web3 app. Here you can see very detailed specs based on our one sentence prompt. It's given an extremely detailed spec document, and based on that, it's writing the entire Web3 app for you on Ethereum. So requirement documents created, now architecture being done. And the amazing thing is we are not just deploying on Ethereum, but later we can deploy the same application on any EVM chain. So, imagine writing one sentence and being able to deploy a Web3 app on any of the 10 EVM chains in one click or in one shot. That's what's quite amazing about this. Now you can see the more technical architecture being written. Uh, Even for such a simple application, it's written such a detailed technical architecture document. And here we have trained actually and created the Matterhorn AI agent, trained on multiple smart contract languages, trained on multiple different decentralized applications. And you can see here it's uh, creating the architecture, then would create a task list, and then it will start developing the entire application, or probably has already developed a lot of the application, and we can even see a user interface and a front end for it. And this is all based off a single sentence prompt. So the other kind of uniqueness is that, we specifically wanted to create this as a desktop application, like what Cursor and Surf has done for web apps, but we want to create, or we have created Matterhorn specifically for Web3 apps where you can connect wallet, you can deploy on different chains, you can later even link, deepen networks and deploy on decentralized hosting solutions or decentralized um, infrastructure, backend infrastructure. So hence, you can build an entire fully decentralized application from a single interface across any chain on any smart contract language, all using just chat prompts. As you can see, the interface actually that I had not yet covered on the right, you can see the you can see the a chat aspect where we can write or chat with the Matterhorn AI agent, and you can build uh, the entire application for you. It can do modifications for you. You can add context. You can add specific requirement documents that you have created or you have created that has been created from your team. Below that, on the right-hand bottom, you can see different models that can be selected. You can go into agent mode or you can go into chat mode. There are quite a few features that we have customized the platform with. Now, as you can see, we are creating the task list. And once the requirement document architecture has already been created, now we are creating the task list. And based on the task list, it will start writing the smart contracts, the UI, the front end, the back end, and we can just run it on the local system. We're not hosting it anywhere right now, and then view the entire application. As you can see, we are almost done with creating the task list, and now we will be going ahead, or the agent will be going ahead and create and writing the contracts and the front end and the back end. As you can see on the left, back end has been written, the contracts has been written, deployment framework, the front end, a lot of that has been written and is being written as we speak. Here you can see the project has been created successfully. You can see smart contract actually have already been generated. Front end has been generated. We have deployed it on Ethereum. Now let's see, we can do a trial and see how it looks, or we can chat further and improve it. So let's do a trial, quick trial, see how it looks. So it's setting up the structure of the contracts, uh, looking into deployment, basic validation checks. And after that, we can set up the basic front end, link it all together, and then see on the system or the local system itself. We're not going to be hosting it on a third-party provider yet, how it works. And the objective of what we've done is, initially it would probably be used more by developers, but we have tried to simplify the overall application such that anybody who has crypto or anybody who's familiar with Web3 should be able to use Matterhorn and build a dApp or build a Web3 app. And that could be even something as complex as a perp dex. Um, that is also possible to build with Matterhorn, where you build the entire application can be built. It can write multiple different smart contracts. It would require a little more prompting, of course. But I would think that building a Web3 app is so much more complicated. As you can see here, some of the contracts have already been written, or it's a simple enough application, so it's one long contract that has been written. And it can write multiple contracts, I mean, those contracts can interact with each other. It can deploy in multiple chains. And maybe in a future video, we'll also look at how we can build a perp text entirely through Matterhorn, entirely through chat prompts. As you can see here, implementing a lot of the edge cases, integrating the front end, back end, and the contracts. Um, as we're talking, it's writing all the contracts, editing. Here you can see the contract is much longer than what it was initially. A lot of the validation edge cases validating currently as we speak, edge cases being checked as we speak. As you can see, building on Web3 is so much harder, so much more complex than building. It's already done. Now we can go ahead, generate the front end as well. Um, you can view the smart contracts as you can see on the right. That's the update. Three of the tasks already been executed or generated. Now we're building the front end, then we can integrate the components and validate the project. I don't think, or at least in the last 7 years in crypto, I've never seen anything like this where we can create an entire Web3 app just through chat prompts. I mean, that to a single sentence chat prompt, we're creating an app. We can generate the front end, but this is, quite unique, quite new. Uh, in my view, extremely new because it used to take so long to build on Web3. Smart contract engineers were highly sought out for, and now we're trying to make it such that anybody should be able to build on Web3. Of course, we cannot say that this is uh, the security of the application or the audit is not done by the AI. Very basic validation checks is done. You would need a more advanced audit mechanism or maybe even a human in the loop to audit the contracts. But as the underlying AI models get better, as our agent gets better, the basic validation checks also becomes more comprehensive and stops being basic at some point. As you can see, implementing the contract hook, linking to the front end, then we would integrate all the components and then validate the entire project. So as you can see, each task is being updated here. So task 4 out of 10, implementing pool status. So you know how many tasks are there, you know how many tasks has been assigned by the agent based on the requirement documents or based on the technical architecture documents that the agent itself has created based on our single sentence prompt. As you can see here, task number 5 and 6 is being completed. Then we'll head all the way to task number 10, and then we are going to have a look at what we have generated with just a single sentence. So all these tasks has been created, or the task list has been created by the AI itself. And now the code, the front end, back end, everything, I mean, we haven't done anything more than just give that single prompt. So everything is being done um, by the AI agent that we've built. My usual way of working is we usually sit down, to build a dApp, we have multiple sprints, maintain Jira tickets, have a team, and we, go to office, code, etc. Whereas here, ideally, what I can do is, give it the chat prompt, go grab a coffee or go grab breakfast or lunch, come back, see where it is, and maybe make a list of other features that need to be added. And once it completes, give it the remaining features and see, how the AI has progressed. What I can also do is run multiple projects, so I can build, say, 5 dApps at the same time, 10 dApps at the same time. Um, so that's what makes this so unique in the sense we can increase or have rather than just have people creating meme coins via pump.fun, we can have people creating multiple dApps, many of which could become very big. You could have RWA platforms, you can have perp dexes, you can have uh, NFT marketplaces, DeFi, you can have multiple or anything else that you can think of, YieldFi, SocialFi, anything that you can think of, you can build something very unique. And especially if you have other skills also, like if you are an artist or if you are, say, even a musician, you can kind of embed a lot of that into the code without actually writing that code. So now here you can see the validation is being done. We're checking the front end, just doing a quick check on the front end, back end, and on the contracts. So, like I spoke, I'm going to quickly take a short break, maybe go grab a coffee, come back, see how the agent is itself fixing any errors in the code. I'm going to take a short break, come back, and then see how my dApp has been generated by the agent. So see you in the next part. So now we're back to part two. And in part two, as you can see, just after we finished part one, the project has been created successfully. We can either continue in chat, which means we can improve certain features or add certain features or certain modules, or we can, just view the front end. Let's first view the front end and see what the AI is generated from our single sentence prompt. So if you go npm run dev, here you'll see how to, it's quite unique actually, how to play and earn Opti. I think we gave the name of the token as Opti. So earn, you play the game, high score, claim rewards, play again, etc., tips, etc. It's created this entire front end just by that our single prompt. Maybe we'll click don't show this again. Let's play. Let's start there. As you can see on the right hand side, though, on the top, you can see Ethereum and you can see the wallets. You can deploy multiple chains. You can deploy in any of those chains. You can connect your wallet. And now let's click. So as you can see, we click many times. We click, 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 and we stop. Then the timer goes. When we are clicking, the timer doesn't go. So I think your score increases the more times you click, and the timer stops going when you click. So we click, this timer is stopped, and now this is our final score. It's a very simple game, but what it illustrates is that we just had a single prompt. If we have a little more detailed prompt, we can create probably any single or simple single player game as a DApp, and you earn rewards as tokens on any of the EVM chains. At least you can do EVM, you can do Solana as well, but for now EVM chains. Yeah, so we can maybe play again or claim the reward. The game is over. Here the game's over. So as you can see, simple DApp created called Optimus Coin based on our one sentence prompt. Entire DApp created in less than 25 minutes, I think is the total time, by Matterhorn. For this simple DApp, at least, there were no errors. You can also continue chatting and say, fix my errors or debug the code or anything like that. But this is quite cool. Full DApp created, and we can go back to the Matterhorn screen. We have not hosted it anywhere. We just opened it on the browser. But as you can see, this is kind of the first project that we've covered. We're going to be covering a series of at least 10 projects that you can create with Matterhorn. And how would we cover them? We would cover them by doing it ourselves. We will show you how you can create any DApp with Matterhorn just through chat prompts. This is the part one of the series, and this is a simple game. We'll be covering many different aspects later. Thank you, and see you in the next video.